Welcome back to Resident Evil, where my insanity is your entertainment, and here we go again with our favorite Let's Lose Our Mind game. So, we're going to start this game like any good game should start. Shopping. You'll see what I mean. That's what I want for right now.
You ever need anything?
You're not sure? That's terribly... What if a crime occurs while you're running a business and keeping the peace? I just can't see how it would be possible.
It's actually pretty easy, Mr. York.
But what if a criminal who just robbed a bank came here on his way home and bought up all your stock?
Oh, I like the sound of that. You want to make me rich? Hey, how about you just buy up the... I'll never let money stand in my way. It's not the boss of me, for I am the last shopaholic.
Melvin, that was a serious question.
Really? Not even the Clarksons would do something that. No point in preparing for something that'll never happen. After all, this is Lucare, the tiny forgotten town in the middle of...
Get it, Zach? It's Occam's razor to a T. Melvin, I have to say, you're a very balanced man.
Good to
I
know.
feel confident that the Woods household will do just fine, even if you end up losing your job as town sheriff.
What?
You sure are a joker, Mr. York.
What does that mean? Can you not be... Can you not be mean? Please stop being mean to the people. Okay.
Zach, let's go over our progress.
Okay.
You've got a complicated, especially as far as the Clarksons' relationships go. But in a way, it's also a simple one.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding them on a deeper level is the most efficient. That's the one thing I'm sure of. Zach, let's start with the people who are closest to the victim. Lise Clarkson, the victim, is the granddaughter of the current head of the Clarkson family.
Yeah, well...
Her mother is Galena, an ex-actress, and Lise clearly inherited her beauty. Except for her eyes, that is. Lisa's eye color matches that of her father's. Now, do you remember who Lise Clarkson's father is?
Yes.
That's right. Lisa's father is Danny Clarkson.
Yeah.
His real name is Daniel E. Clarkson. He's from Florida and used to be the CEO of a talent agency.
Oh, really? That's
Danny
nice.
struck the heart of Galena and successfully became a member of the esteemed Clarkson family. Despite being the son-in-law, he acts like he was born a Clarkson, but he's still just the son-in-law. Next comes what happened to Lise. According to Alexis, Lise said that the man was as tall as an oak tree. I believe that's the same 10-foot tall giant who made the fingerprints we found in the cold storage warehouse. Now, what did this man do to Lise prior to her murder? Yes, that's it, Zach. The man as tall as an oak tree followed Lise around and watched her.
Very tall, what do we call it? When she came out of that thing and became a monster, she was really tall. Maybe Professor R is like the same kind of creature.
Despite his towering stature, he must have been rather shy. Or perhaps he was merely biding his time and planned to kidnap her from the very... If that's the case, there should have been some evidence left at the scene of the crime. Zach, we're still missing some puzzle pieces. Speaking of the scene of the crime, I did some profiling in the plantation's control room. The truth it revealed to us was nauseating, but we need to touch upon it if we wish to proceed.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Zach? Who
Yep.
actually murdered Lise Clarkson?
Her mother.
Yes, that's right. Lisa's own mother killed her, while she was dreaming about some bizarre new world. This is by far the vilest and ugliest crime we've ever seen. The fact that Galena set up her daughter's body at an altar makes this case even more complicated. Remember, not a single sacrificial human murder has ever been proven and documented in all of American history.
Really?
The real world is far more complex than what we see in films and video games. And
see.
sacrificing a human life for something else is no easy task. In conclusion, Zach, through our investigation, we found one character who sticks out more than anyone else. You know exactly who I'm thinking about, don't you? We'll need to have a word with her in the near future. Who's the stylish woman we saw? Professor R.
Every single answer was Professor
We
R.
haven't met her yet, but she's deeply intertwined with this case. Let's wait for the skeletal gentleman to guide us to her with an oracle. Well, Zach, what do you think? The people here are just as warm as the weather, and the food is to die for. Might be nice to move down here after I retire. What, still too early to talk about that? You may be right. After all, this case has only just begun.
Only $10. What is
Kalina
this?
can't be the killer. They're making all this shit up.
Wait. That's meat. Oh, he's got a gator. He's got a gator. Oh. He got
If what you say is true, Daniel, how do you plan to prove it?
I'm guessing that's Daddy
It's
Clarkson.
nearly been a century since the Clarksons first took control of Lucari. 100 years. I always thought my legacy would live on for 300 at least.
I'm gonna find the real killer and beat the living dog shit out of him.
Yet it looks to me like times have changed. We ain't in the good old days no more. You understand me, boy.
Yes, sir. I'm right there with you, Pa. I'm gonna continue what you started, sir, and make the Clarkson family strong again. First, I need to find whoever really killed Lise and bash their fucking brains in.
I saw this coming. Ever since the day Lenny left home, the town of Lucari has been cursed. We can't stop what's happening now. It's too late. It's beyond me. No. It's beyond the minds of anyone who comes from the olden days. You understand me now, boy?
Nope.
Yes, sir. Believe me, I do. I'll kill him. Just leave everything to me, Pa.
Are you serious about this?
Yes, sir. Right hand of God. Look right in my eyes. I ain't lying. I'm serious. I just need you to lend me some troops, sir. We need retribution right now. That's the job I've been given, and I intend to do it.
Wow,
Well,
really? You crazy.
Let me ask you one more
I thought
time.
New York was crazy.
Are
You
you
nuts.
serious about this?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm a Clarkson. And all Clarksons have a job to do. Isn't that what we always say?
Then I'll need an arm.
Yeah. What?
Well now, you want to use my troops, I'm gonna need to know whether or not you're really serious about this.
No.
Just one arm. Slide it on through that wire there, and it'll take care of it for you.
Paul,
Oh,
you're joking, right?
No.
Daniel, have I ever told you a single joke?
No. But
If you want to become a real Clarkson, then you done got yourself a job to do.
wait, Paul. I get it now. You want me to stick it in and then pull it out at the last minute, right?
No.
You want to see if I got guts or not, but there's gonna be another way. You can't be serious, sir.
How's that gonna fit for the grave?
Hey, knock it off, you assholes! Let me go! He's just joking with me. Let me go, goddammit! Oh, please, sir, don't do this! Just tell me this is a joke, please!
Oh, no.
I am a Clarkson.
What
And
happened to
no
you?
matter how our fortune falls, all Clarksons have a job to do. That be the law of this land.
Oh my, no, you cannot just go from someone get armpit off by a gator to some guy standing in his underwear. He's telling you why you're playing saxophone. I'm sorry, no, we cannot do that. That's just wrong. That is wrong. You can't just no, please. Why? That was just episode 1. I got S. I think that's good. I think it's satisfactory. It's episode 1? How many episodes are there? This could be bad.
York, you can hear me, right? I'll be with you soon. I'm not sad.
Francis Sack Morgan?
Honestly,
Francis.
it's all I think about lately. I mean, we'll be together again. We'll get to discuss movies, food again. Everyone around here has bad taste. They don't understand things the way we do. It's a shitty world filled with shitty people.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that reminds me. There are movie theaters and restaurants over there, right? As soon as I get there, let's go grab some peanut butter hamburgers and yogurt smoothies. I'm so excited, York. Please, York, don't rush me. You just need to wait a bit longer. I still have one job left to do. I need to finish it. I have to. Or else I'd never be able to face you. Just give me a little more time, okay?
This is Zach? But, what? And there's the ferry. There was the ferry. You saw the ferry, right?
So, Lisa's mother, Galena Clarkson, confessed to murdering Lise. But then immediately afterwards, she went insane. So you had no choice but to detain her. What a terribly convenient story. You were the first person to find the suspect hiding at a farm on the edge of town. And you even got her to confess to the crime. Right then and there. Did anyone else get a chance to hear Galena's confession?
Only us.
How did you even find that shack in the first place?
The Oracle.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
Meta what? Should I know this word?
Shush.
Metaphysical offender profiling. The term appears 6 times in the Lucare report and 14 times in the 2010 Greenvale report. As long as you're solving cases, the people in charge don't really care what sort of words you use. But we're different. You utilized a highly abnormal method to instantly hone in on a suspect. Then you did it again and again.
If it's working,
And
what's
every
your problem?
time you used it, one term kept appearing in your files. Metaphysical offender profiling.
Okay,
Mr.
but you're
Morgan,
having a problem with the fact that we caught these people?
would you mind explaining to us what this term means?
We could try. But no matter what words we used, you'd never be able to understand. You see, it doesn't pertain to this side. Come, my fairy, stop hiding back there and give them the explanation they so desire. You're too shy.
Mr. Morgan? Mr.
Come on out. Don't be afraid.
Is that all you have to say? Don't underestimate. I know you and the Clarkson share a deeper connection. Much deeper than how it appears on the surface. I need to shake him with something else that's directly connected to the Clarksons. I'm gonna jog his memory by force.
Okay, fine. Sounds like fine.
Mr. Morgan, I noticed that several parts of this report have been redacted. For example, here. One individual's name has been erased from the key figure list.
Probably Zach.
Would you mind telling me why?
Someone in charge must have thought it was unimportant. Or maybe even inappropriate.
Why would they think that?
Because he talks to
How
himself.
should we know? We've never understood what those people do.
Well, I took the liberty of trying to restore what was taken out. Normal ink was used to blot it out, so I was able to recover part of it. Here's what it says. Sapling salesman. All the other redacted parts seem to be connected to this person, but I can't think of a single reason why this individual would need to be removed
Wait.
from the report.
York and this guy are two different guys? Wait, this is Zach.
Why is he so
Oh, him. He's nothing. We were barking up the wrong tree.
Meaning?
Can't include someone who doesn't exist in an official report, now can we?
Doesn't exist. You mean he had nothing to do with the case?
Yeah, you could say that.
Wait. Okay, now I'm starting. This isn't York. This is Zach. We're playing as York. But the cases they're asking about.
Those letters look very old. Their postmark suggests they were sent out from Louisiana. And I suspect that dragonfly mark belongs to the Clarkson family.
So if it done.
A stalker has been harassing Patricia Clarkson for several years now.
Patricia Clarkson.
Did you know about this? Constant silent phone calls, unmarked letters. She also spotted a suspicious figure lurking near her mansion several times. And just last week, her employees spotted a strange figure lurking in the vicinity. The day someone else coincidentally used your alias.
That's very intriguing. A line?
Lise Clarkson also reported being harassed by a stalker just before she was murdered.
Patricia.
You're aware of this, correct?
Patty Clarkson. She has to be.
Because I didn't find any mention of this in your report.
No direct connection to the case. That's what we must have thought.
The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. Which are you?
That's enough for now. This all has nothing to do. Besides, there's no evidence that proves those letters are from her. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Mr. Morgan, according to you, at the beginning of this case, the victim's body was being stored in the warehouse on purpose. Is that the truth? They really put her body there alongside food and other...
It's in the report.
No. The report only says it was stored using the most effective and shockingly inhuman method possible.
Well, yeah, it was shocking to find out.
If you can think of a better phrase, we're all ears.
The report isn't wrong, you know. In fact, that might actually be the most accurate. It's precise, and it's also kind of...
Wow, Simon.
You two think this is a joke?
Somewhat.
Lise Clarkson's body was discovered in that cold storage warehouse after 14 long years. If you had only done a proper investigation, we probably would have found her much sooner.
She wasn't there.
We still regret the fact that we never got to meet her. We're sorry. From the bottom.
I only hope it didn't happen that way by design.
Will you comfort me? Thank you, my fairy.
I knew it wouldn't go that easily. Maybe I should try asking my questions in a different way. I could use Agent Jones here. This is a nice building. Layout isn't bad either. Whew. How many other rooms are there in this apartment? That room over there, your bed?
Why so curious, Belle? It almost sounds as if you're seeing this place for the first time.
Probably.
Aside from the hardware shop on the first floor, every apartment in this building has the exact same layout. We're well aware that you studied the layout of this apartment before you came to see us. There's no need to act so roundabout. Just be honest. Say it. I want to see your bedroom.
Well then.
Doesn't mean we'll let you see it, though.
Agent Jones,
Ah!
are you paying attention? Or do you
Yeah.
intend to waste Mr. Morgan's precious time?
No. Sorry, I'm just a little tired. I'm listening.
Take your hand out of your pocket. Didn't they teach you any manners at Quantico?
Oh, right. Guess they slipped my mind. My bad.
My bad, what? My dog?
I'm
my
actually
bad
kind
cat,
of nervous.
my
I'm not used to this sort of thing. Data analysis is my special. I'm sure I'd be able to calm down a bit if I had some pizza, though.
bad- Hmm.
The FBI needs to do something about their lack of personnel. But how should I start? Maybe I should look back over the files and... After you arrested Galena Clarkson, you had a run-in with the Clarksons. At least that's what it says in the report.
Okay.
What exactly happened there?
Good
Just a
question.
simple run-in, that's all.
Was the person who lost their arm?
Nothing but a single phenomenon. Chasing hollow instances like that won't lead you closer to the truth. Truth doesn't work like that.
A hollow phenomenon, which resulted in a mountain of corpses.
Mountain!
Oh, Belle. We think we finally understand what you're trying, but don't be so voracious. How about another cup of coffee? We've still got a long way to go, you know. Yes. It's coarsely ground, so no more, no less. Next, the coffee travels from the funnel to the siphon. Simon, normally you only do surveillance in order to get hiding microphones and cameras. You'll do whatever it takes to gather data, and that's how the FBI works.
Well, yeah, you're right. No reason in hiding it now, I guess. Why do you ask?
Southern Belle has adopted a very peculiar MO. It's almost like she has a special power. You've been watching us this entire time. From that window.
I don't need to answer that question.
You came here on New Year's Eve, then spent 49 hours watching us until you returned to your hotel. You observed us the entire time, and you only ate once. Some pizza delivered. Aside from that, you never drank any water or relieved yourself. You have visions, too. You came here solely to hear us talk, but then why bother watching us for over 2 days? Before, you didn't come to talk with us. You came because you wanted to see this apartment with your own eyes, and because you're already convinced of something. Isn't that right? He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster.
What do you think, Tall? Does she have powers
And if
too?
you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
Well, she's got something up with her.
But
Oh, coffee. Thank you, my fairy. If you hadn't been paying attention, this coffee would have all gone to waste. The pus in our brains. It written.
We're talking.
This is friggin'. I thought I was gonna shit myself. Come on.
Please
okay,
don't.
Trust me.
I don't believe it. It's better than any coffee I've ever tasted.
Of course it is. Coffee is a sacred drink. Coffee saved us. If not for its oracle, we would be on the other side right now. So I never forget to pay my respects to coffee.
Yes.
Especially.
Big black cumulonimbus clouds are in that sound. Do you hear that thunder? It's probably gonna snow soon.
We're in Massachusetts. That's the norm for this time.
Well, I'm not used to the cold. If possible, I'd like to finish this up before we get stuck in a snowstorm. Agent Jones, after we're done here, Agent Jones, snap out of it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know.
Do you? Then stop.
Okay.
You just what?
My stomach's been letting some thunder loose, too.
Thunder?
That...
It what? We don't...
The coffee was just so good,
Excuse me? What's wrong? Now is really
He has
not
to go
time
to
for
the
this.
bathroom!
Right door at the end of the hallway.
Thanks, pal.
We promise you, we did not put laxatives in the coffee. Coffee is a sacred drink.
There's no doubt that the report omitted information linking Morgan to the Clarksons. I need to get him to confess. There's a secret weapon in Agent Jones's briefcase. Mr. Morgan, I heard that you were always a smoker. Did you ever wonder if that was the reason you contracted your illness? Nothing. I'm just personally curious about...
Sometimes, people die in car
So,
accidents,
he's got,
regardless
like,
of how well
cancer
they
or
take care of
something.
their... Other times, they slip on their bathroom floors and crack open their heads.
I'm not concerned with statistics.
We switched over from nicotine to this. It's less addictive. It's one step in the right
Perhaps. If we're talking about withdrawal symptoms or physical dependencies. But it still seems like you're smoking too much at once. Honestly, it looks to me like you have a mental dependency.
Probably not gonna come over till later.
Tim?
So you might have to just go get coconut water and Coke or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just check. Feels good when I do this. Share everything's phone. Bye.
Hi.
I'm having a tough time.
I know, go sit back down, you're fine.
Maybe. But
Surely you know about gateway drugs, yes? When a person starts to use one drug, the first drug acts as the gateway that leads them to
oh, are you trying to say...
No. I'm simply saying... Have you ever seen this before? And please, don't say no.
Sang Rouge, the drug we once chased. What about it?
Sang Rouge is still circulating. It's changed shape and its composition is slightly different now. But it's still but only in a very limited part of Louisiana.
Really? Let me guess.
You aren't surprised? Did you somehow know this was...
Copies of another...
My Sang Rouge is special. The inimitable Enigma powder. It has many names, and no one was ever able to copy it. We've also been trying to figure out what it's made from ever since it appeared. But it's impossible to analyze.
Mm-hmm.
After all, it appears to be made from common ingredients that can be found anywhere. But if you try to use those ingredients, all you'll end up with is a mundane hallucinogen like DMT. No. Sang Rouge requires a special recipe. The original recipe, which someone's been guarding this entire time. Someone who survived the incident in Le Carré.
Oh, really? So there was a big incident.
Immediately after they found Lisa's body, I went to go see Patricia. In order to interrogate her, of course.
So you told us.
But I was unable to meet with her.
She refused to speak with you, didn't she? That's so like her.
No. She didn't get the chance. You see, she's gone missing.
What?
Uh-oh.
To put it more accurately, no one's seen her since the afternoon of the 28th. According to her employees, she shut herself up in her room for several months before she disappeared. But since that sort of thing happened often, they didn't think anything of it. On the morning of New Year's Eve, they noticed her window was open, and when they went up to check on but no one knows how long her window had been open for. This is just my hypothesis, but on December 28th, a strange man visited Le Carré and was spotted near her mansion. That man must have found some way to lure Patricia into his car, the '89 Cadillac that he bought you. Then, the two of them drove north to Trenton, where they boarded a train to Boston. They would have arrived here around midnight on the 29th. or perhaps early morning on the 30th. I believe this man is the same Billy Bishop whose name was previously recorded by the airline. So, what do you think of my guess? I'd love to hear your opinion as a former...
Now we get it. We aren't persons of interest. We're the suspects. But what about our alibi?
What alibi?
I've had enough of your bullshit. You expect me to believe you haven't taken a single step out of this room? That Agent Jones is your witness? Surveillance cameras can easily be tampered with. Especially by someone like you, who knows all about how the FBI works.
You're possessed by death. Go and take a look at your own face in the mirror. You look like the Grim Reaper. After you visited both Le Carré and Greenvale, you left a mountain of corpses in your wake. You can make all the excuses you want. I'm immune to them. Right here, right now, I want to know everything. You tell me the truth.
Yes! You're good, Bill. Damn good. You're brimming with potential. Don't you think she's the perfect partner for our last dance? What do you say, my fairy? Don't you agree? She's good. So good. What do you want to know? We've got nothing to hide. Go on. Question us. This is how it's got to be. Doesn't this remind you of something? You know what I mean, my fairy?
Dang, he's creepy. He's so very creepy. So very, very, very creepy. Creepy, 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 creepy. Very, very, very creepy. Oh!
Son of a... How did this happen in my town?
What is happening in your jail? Your jail! Your jail! Sheriff! In your
The head and
jail!
limbs were severed and lined up, according to the lines that were drawn with her blood. Just like migratory birds flying systematically across the
Oh,
sky.
shut up, York.
Hey, Zach, what do you think this means?
They're severed roots.
Severed roots?
This is the way the Clarksons kill someone when they want to cut him off from the family.
And how do you know about this?
Everyone in town knows about it. They're just too scared to talk.
I would be
What
too.
does the V stand for, then?
Beats me. What, you think I know everything now?
Vilitatio. It means quarrel in Latin. That's what the V stands for.
Oh, boy.
Latin. Intriguing, isn't it, Zach? There are no defense wounds on the corpse. In other words, Galena showed no signs of resistance when she was amputated.
Okay, so...
But, strangely enough,
York.
there are small traces of subcutaneous bleeding around the wounded areas.
York
That's a
must
vital
be the
reaction, which means she
dominant
couldn't have been dead.
personality?
You mean...
Yes, that's right, Patty.
And something
Galena
happened
was
to
amputated
York,
while she was
and
still
then
alive.
Zach took over.
She never resisted.
Is that even possible?
It certainly isn't impossible. For example, if she was put to sleep with a drug, or if she desired the amputation herself.
Why would she ever desire that?
Because she's crazy.
Mr. York, I'm sorry, but there ain't no way that could have happened.
How can you be sure of that, Melvin? Our world contains phenomena that could never be explained with logic. This is especially true for phenomena in which humans are involved. Do you really think all the facets of love and hate can be explained with logic?
Well, no, I don't reckon I do. Yeah, might be too early to rule out those possibilities, just like you say.
Zach, now we truly know just how deeply the Clarksons are involved with this. Patty, how long does it take to reach the Clarkson estate?
Just a short drive. You just gotta head west along the Mississippi. You can't miss it.
Got it. Thank you, Patty. By the way, Melvin, no matter how accelerated Patty may be, don't you think she's still a bit too young to see something like this? For the record, I have no intent to instruct others on how to raise their children, but...
Holy moly, you're right! Patricia, COG! Come on, sweetie. Kids shouldn't have to see stuff like this.
Daddy, it's too late now.
Why is it dark? Why is it dark? Oh!
You sure you okay, COG?
I'm fine. Besides, I'm used to seeing stuff. You're the one who looks pale, Daddy.
It did shake me up a little, but I'll be back to normal in no time. Sorry about that, Misty. What say we rest in the interrogation room till we all calm down?
Sure thing, Daddy.
Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna go sit with Daddy for a bit, Age. We can join back up.
Okay, you do that. You're such a good girl. Take care of her daddy.
Galena killed her daughter, so her family cut ties with you. Really think that's what happened here, Zach?
No.
If this is truly the ritual that the Clarksons used, why would they go out of their way to do it here, in a holding cell?
I don't think that's what they did.
They could have easily done it after we released her.
I don't think that's what happened.
And judging from how Danny Clarkson was acting,
I think that they
it's
had
clear
to
that he
reset
really
the
loved
ritual.
How could he accept this grotesque butchering? Even if it was for the sake of... There's no point in ruminating on this. We should get back to the investigation. As long as we keep moving, the answer will inevitably fling itself straight at us.
Can't go in there. Okay. Hey. Oh. See? Alright, now we're gonna need a driver. Oh, there comes our skeleton friend. He's talking to us again.
You found the flying serpent.
Oh, we found a lot
Now,
more than the flying
the
serpent.
flying serpent will come to find you.
Good to know.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it looks like this flying serpent is a venomous one.
Sounds about right.
Some become feasts, while others are eaten alive. Which fate would you prefer?
Both sound marvelous, but let me check with Zach.
A fine answer.
Why does his reflection look
Find the one
completely
who fired
different
the pistol at heaven
than his face actually
within the white
looks?
hall of beds. Brandish the ticket to the goddess. And once again, you will see the other world.
We see the other world every night between certain
Do
hours.
you comprehend the oracle?
Zach, it looks like he's hell-bent on leading us back into that other world.
Follow the oracle.
Oh, I will, Hungar. There are only two types of things in our world. Things that should be resisted, and things that should be accepted. And I believe this oracle is something to accept. Do you think we're crazy for believing everything that skeletal gentleman says?
Yes!
No, we're not crazy. Not one bit. is but I shouldn't need to explain that to you, Zach.
No, you're going to explain to everyone else that's watching your craziness. And I thought I was insane.
The one who fired the pistol at heaven. Firing pistols at the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt M1877 up at the sky. Well, but that film took place in New Mexico, didn't it? Bingo, Zach. We're currently running a race here. And the one who started this murder investigation is indeed the one who fired the pistol at heaven. In other words, the person who first discovered the body. According to the files,
I guessed.
Lisa's body was discovered by Chuck Thompson, a crawfish farmer. He apparently works out of a fishing hut located in the marshes south of the bayou. Let's go pay him a visit. Who knows? We might even get to see what? Why isn't the murderer the one who started this race? Zach, this isn't like you. Of course the murderer isn't the one who started. The murderer's running it. They're currently in first place. They're breaking all the rules. Any more objections, Zach?
Okay.
Within the White Hall of Beds. This one is even easier. There are only a few establishments that have a whole hall's worth of beds, especially in a small town like this. I'm sure you've already got a pretty good idea about what the answer is, Zach.
Church.
Beds all lined up. Only an amateur would hear that and think it must be referring to a brothel. I mean, come on. Who would ever use White Hall as a symbol for a bordello? No, a White House refers to the same place no matter what country you're in. Disinfectant, jars of medicine, and white smocks. That's right. It's a place where people dress. You never disappoint me, Zach.
That's a church.
It's a medical facility. They invite their patients into rooms full of beds where it's definitely a White Hall. Where you always manage to impress me with your really counting on you here, Zach. And I know.
That's why they had that thing. Okay. Okay.
Agent York, you're trying to leave without your trustworthy assistant?
Hello there, Patty. I was simply engaging in a battle of wits with Hoongan while I waited for you.
Hoongan?
Yes, the skeletal gentleman in the top hat.
Not that story again.
Oh, golly.
Is this how you always conduct your investigations?
I have a bad feeling, yes.
This is the way I work.
Let's see.
I bet you can't find a single partner. Not even in the entire FBI.
I don't think she realizes that he has a partner.
That's not true. I always work together with Zach.
Oh, right. Zach. Don't worry. I'll be your partner while you're here. Now, let's go in.
Alright, let's go and see. I guess we should hit the church first. Or go further out. Let's go. First, let's see what time of day it is. Because that makes a difference too. Especially seeing that this whole day thing. Very nice. Very nice. Ay, 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 don't face on me. We want to get to the farmland, please. Oh! Oh! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's Daddy. Daddy's here. Hi, Daddy.
How's your mama?
Uh-oh.
So, you're that hotshot FBI agent I keep hearing about.
And who might you be?
I came to claim the body of my daughter.
Okay.
My daughter, who was murdered in a holding cell after you detained her yesterday.
Hi, Philip.
Zach, I wasn't expecting to run into the final boss this early. You must be the head of the Clarkson family, P.J. Clarkson. And you've come to claim the body of Galena Clarkson, whose dismembered corpse was found early this morning.
Could you put
Is
it
that
a
correct?
little more
When did you learn
delicately?
that Galena had been murdered? Zach and I just learned of the news ourselves.
This is Luke Corey. And I am P.J. Clarkson. There ain't a single thing I don't know about this town.
I see. So then you must also know about the Severed Roots ritual. I have a question for you, Philip. We suspect that Galena was murdered by someone from the Clarkson family. Have you given that possibility any consideration?
Up.
Listen up, you FBI piece of shit. You better watch your manners around my pa.
Shut up,
Yes.
Daniel.
But, sir. My bad, sir.
I'll have you know I once had 3 children. But I must not have raised them very well, because my son and my eldest daughter both ran away and never came back to me.
I bet Patricia
only
is the
one who
son's
stayed
daughter.
by my side was my second daughter, Galena. Then she done married Daniel here into the family and presented me with both an heir and a granddaughter. Seemed for a while as if things were finally starting to calm down. But then, someone corrupted both Galena and Lise. And I lost everything. Aside from my shit-heel son-in-law, that is. You understand me, FBI?
Galena's death is nothing but a loss for the Clarkson family.
It doesn't mean the Clarksons are automatically innocent, though. Humans don't always act out of self-interest, do they?
That mouth. You're starting to sound more and more like your mother. We're leaving, Daniel.
What? But my treasure...
Now, whether you end up being an angel or a demon, I reckon you're the man I've been waiting for all this time. Once you finish that autopsy and we're clear to take her home, I want you to give me a call.
Okay.
They're phenomenal, Patty. So perfectly rural. Ominous statements, foul-mouthed insults. This town possesses a complicated system of communication that you just can't find in the city. Work-centric emails are so cold and lifeless.
Help him. Please, help him. He needs help.
This is
A
what true
psychiatrist,
human
a
connections
psychologist,
feel
a
Connections
mental
as visceral
ward.
as
I
blood
don't know.
itself.
So, Agent York, what's next on your agenda?
The last boss may have gotten the jump on us, Patty, but I didn't let him shake my resolve. I intend to obey the skeletal gentleman's oracles, and that's that. First, we should head to either the home of the person who discovered Lisa's body or to the town's medical facility.
Let's go
Well,
to
Zach, what do you think?
the guy who discovered the body, please. And you know what? Let's I haven't unlocked it yet, so we have to. So, we're gonna have to mark this here. Oh, no. Guys? Where the hell did you come from? Oh,
It
no.
really seemed like you knew who...
Nope. We're getting away from that, that thing. Should be a path somewhere around here. It's saying. Go on foot for a little bit till we find this path.
You didn't even twitch when you saw Galena's body.
Why would I? Dead things can't hurt us, right?
Girls your age don't usually think that way.
Do you have kids, Agent York?
No, I don't. I'm not married either.
Then you have no idea how girls my age usually think. Besides, I'm used to seeing dead bodies thanks to CSI, especially dismembered corpses like hers. You know, for a so-called profiling professional, you're pretty clueless.
In that case, allow me to apologize. But don't you think it's a bit of a leap to discount my observational abilities simply because corpses don't scare you?
I don't know. I mean, you're completely wrong.
Do you know what I was thinking back there then?
Of course not. I'm not a pro.
The same goes for me, Patty. No manner of pro could ever know 100% of what another person is thinking. Unless, of course, that pro has a mental connection with them, like Zach and I have. If I was telepathic, I wouldn't have joined the FBI. I would have taken over a small country or become a messiah.
Now who's making crazy leaps?
I will admit, though, Patty, I feel like you and I have something in common. We definitely have similarities, even though they aren't as strong as the ones that Zach and I share.
Whatever.
Perhaps you and I grew up under similar circumstances. We're both unique cases.
Huh? Unique cases?
In your case, your beautiful mother's second husband became your daddy, but then your mama got sick, forcing you to take care of things, while you used CSI as your escape.
Would you just knock it off? I ain't trying to act like some tragic heroine here. And I don't care that my daddy isn't the same color as me. You're way more narrow-minded than I took you for, Agent York.
What? That's not what he's saying.
You're just realizing this now? Of course I'm narrow-minded. I'm a selfish man who lives life according to his own rules, with no interest in common sense. Naturally, this makes me terrible at reading situations, and I often end up angering people by total accident. But is it really that big of a problem? I've still made a contribution to society by solving numerous difficult cases, and I'm still terribly charming.
Okay, well this must be the way to get over there.
Okay, Zach. It's time to put our skills to the test.
No! Broke our skateboard.
Well, Zach, it seems as if we've reached an impasse. I'm afraid we won't be able to proceed any further like this.
Sakari Tiger to DC Eagle.
Hello, Melvin. Sadly, my darling just gave out on me.
Your darling?
Yes, that's right. I know the chances are slim, but do you happen to know of any establishments in town that can repair skateboards? Please, I hope this doesn't offend you. Neither Zach nor I would ever dare to assume that a remote country town like this would have a skateboard shop in it. But perhaps you have at least one eccentric who likes to tinker with them in their spare time.
I know just the double bass player by Nagar, blessed to win two with talent.
Emma?
That's right. She's passed the Sand as adopted daughter. And
was also Lise Clarkson's best friend.
Oh.
Emma really knows her stuff. She's got tools and a mountain of parts, so I'm sure she'll be able to help.
Okay.
I owe you one, Melvin. Zach, I never thought we'd find our very own skateboard mentor out here in the sticks. Let's head straight to Emma.
How?
What is it, Zach? Why didn't I just ask the sheriff to tow away the old cars? But isn't it obvious? I want to overcome this obstacle using my own strength. In fact, I want to
I'm thinking death will be upon us. Alright, so now we have no skateboard. Right? We have no skateboard? Yep, no skateboard. Okay, so where is Emma? Is... Oh, very, very far. Look, there's a balloon right in front of the house. No way! No way. All that for nothing.
Agent York, I feel like someone's in there. Let's go and see.
Okay. Let's go see.
Huh? What do y'all want? I'm kind of busy here.
Hi there. Are you Emma?
Yeah. Who are you?
Francis York Morgan. I'm an FBI special agent. Please call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York? So, what does the FBI want with little old me? I already told the police everything I know about Lise.
Emma, I haven't come here to talk to you about Lise. Although I suppose it's sort of connected in a way. My darling is broken, and I need you to fix her.
You call your board your darling? I never heard that one before. Alright, let me see it. I'll try and assess the damage. I replaced all your trucks, wheels, and gave you some brand new deck tape. Also, you were missing a tail guard, so I put one on for you. That way you should be able to do a few tricks here and there without any risk of damage.
Cool.
Well, what do you think?
It's beautiful, Emma.
The wheels were scraped down and the base plate screws were all about to fall out. Oh, and the axles were also warped. It's pretty much in critical condition. Now what I want to know is, how did it get that way?
Well, my car was stolen on my way here from Houston. So, I switched over to my darling and rode her here instead.
You know, you're crazier than you look.
You have no clue.
Emma, would you mind answering another crazy question for me? I want to use this board to soar, literally. Would you mind teaching me a trick that would allow me to do so?
You mean you want to do a Wally? Woo! Well, I'd be happy to teach you how, but it's too cramped in here. Oh, I know where we should go. You want to learn too? You sure? Seems like you're interested. Whatever. I know you're just gonna come along anyway. So you should at least learn the basics.
Why does she look so concerned? Okay. There we go. Complete skateboard course, learn how to do what? Whoa, no! No! Ugh.
Okay, Agent York. Now we should have enough room to practice. I'll show you how it's done first, then you...
You can access skateboard course from any receiver. Oh boy. I have to play this. Dang it, come on. There's still one more flag. Oh! Okay, where is the other flag? It's around this side. Okay. I gotta get through this. Come on, come on, you can do it. Do it, come on. Okay, break. Did I pass? I passed. Okay. I passed.
That was perfect!
Yeah. I only learned that new trick thanks to your... Now I'm sure that Zach and I will be able... Thank you for assisting in the investigation.
If your board breaks again, or you feel like customizing it a bit more, just stop on by my workshop. I'm pretty much always there during the day. I'm also taking some time off school because skating and playing music are the only things that help me escape the pain.
Zach, did you see the expression? She works hard to act cheerful, but she's yet another person who was hurt by the tragedy. Lisa's death is like wildfire, spreading.
After learning them groovy moves on that skateboard, we're gonna stop it for today. This has become a wonderful little game when it progresses. Progression is a good thing. So, like, subscribe, and share, and by all means, stay tuned to the next episode.